open housing. Gender.
Gender.
Yeah.
Gin, yeah.
Foolie.
Yep.
Coco.
Coco 9.
Cool.
So, yep. They beat
Boys,
Central
let's do the video, please.
38-22.
Laura,
Do it outside.
sure.
You have a couple shirts, or is that dirty?
I may have 6 or 7.
He's just always going to do his thing. You can't budge him.
Are you doing the countdown now or?
12:40. We're only going to go on 10 minutes before, right?
And I want about 4 minutes of that on the field if we can. I'm going to do both coaches and the director. I want to do Lee.
One take.
Huh?
One take.
No.
Yeah,
Did you talk?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Ah, boy.
Yeah.
One take.
I didn't want to get too much in Brent's way, so I added where
His
I
had
could.
to be maybe a second take, but
Brett's wearing the shirt today.
Reppin'.
we got him on right here.
They
We're
got
gonna
us.
be scored.
We're going to be bowl eligible today.
We are.
They got Tulane.
Yeah. Tulane just beat Memphis last week.
It's
Big
homecoming,
game.
right? Homecoming today?
Yes, it is.
See were the Hoosiers on national TV today?
Oh yeah, they can get spanked. Sadly,
You never know. That's why they play the game.
right?
If they beat Ohio State, it will be a rough day Sunday at church.
Why is that?
Toby will go nuts.
They're gonna need a lot to beat Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
Some of it might include Ohio State never actually showing up to the stadium.
Hey Josh, Jerry Collins, IndianaSRN.
So who is it? That's
All right. Hey, we're sending
the
you a
play call?
stream.
His name is
and I
Peyton
want you to see if you got
Monell.
audio and visual.
He is the guy snapping the ball to the quarterback.
That was a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah, they've got a huge roster.
Thought they gave the boss the day off.
So it might be a little different of a game.
They said they have 16 plays they'll run offensively today, but they have
We're streaming
practiced
Fort
30
Wayne Carroll
through
at
the course of the year.
Noblesville at 12:50.
So they're gonna throw the book at Noblesville would be my guess. And it may not matter.
That could work. Two L's.
You should be hearing our audio.
They did
Let's
say
see.
that Fuli
Test,
will
test,
get a lot of
test, test.
touches.
No.
Said Fuli will get a lot of touches. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Take care. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Fooey.
You get 3 timeouts.
One for half.
One for half. slip. Find Fort Wayne Carroll and find Noblesville or Noblesville.
Millersville?
Noblesville.
The Millerville, though. Millie Lights, yeah. Gosh, so Haley had to get,
Try Carroll.
Haley had to get new brake pads,
Yeah.
rotors, and calipers today.
Very nice.
Guess how much that cost? Take a wild guess.
Out now.
No. Luckily, I've been going to this guy for a couple of years. He said he's getting us a
Chargers,
deal
Carroll
at
Chargers.
$700. I was like, that's a deal, huh? Okay. All right, lock it in.
700. That's all right.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Lovell, our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. Commissioner, we always talk about how busy the staff is and how busy the schedule is around high school sports in our state. This week, throughout the week, the last week, this week, girls golf, boys tennis, boys and girls soccer, boys and girls cross country, unified flag football, week 8 of the high school football season, and the pairing show. You've had tournaments in all of those sports that we mentioned, plus we're getting ready for the football tournament. It is an incredibly busy time, to say the least, at the IHSAA offices.
It is, Bob. This is one of the busiest weeks of the year for our staff and for our association, but it's also one of the most enjoyable weeks because we have so many student athletes participating across the state. And, our congratulations go out to Evansville North in their girls golf state championship. That was our first championship of the year. And Caitlin Skinner was the Mental Attitude Award winner from Evansville North. We congratulate her. And Jocelyn Bruck, who was the medalist from Westfield High School. And we would be remiss if we didn't thank Doc O'Neill and Prairie View Golf Club for what they do for that golf tournament. It's just a tremendous experience for the young people. We had great weather, which I will take credit for.
You're welcome.
And,
you should.
It was just a great atmosphere for our young ladies to play golf, and that was the start of a very busy week, as you've outlined.
All right, boys tennis regionals this weekend, plus semi-states, and then you also have the boys and girls soccer sectionals, boys and girls cross-country sectionals. It is tournament time, as we all know.
It is tournament time, and the tennis tournament is a compacted tournament where we play regional competitions in the middle of the week, and then we turn and have our semi-states on the weekend. Girls and boys sectional in soccer continues through the week with the championships on Saturday. The cross-country tournament starts on Saturday with 32 sectionals around the state. And then we're in unified flag football. We just completed our first unified flag football sectional, determined 8 champions, and now this weekend at 4 different sites around the state, we'll have regional games, 1 game at each site, and we'll bring 4 schools to the Colts Complex on West 56th Street on October the 13th for the first ever unified flag football state championship. So we're excited about how that went. A lot of great competition around the state in all of our sports, and it's a great time to be a high school fan right now.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox, joining us for our weekly conversation about IHSAA sports. And not to mention the fact that we are at week 8 of the high school football season, and Paul Condry and I will be at your offices on Sunday for the pairing show. It just, again, I know it's cliched, but it seems like it has just gone by so quickly.
It flies by, and you're right. Sunday night we'll be releasing the pairings of the football tournament, and I know that we'll have a lot of football teams gathering in homes and restaurants and so forth to watch the pairing, to see who they're going to play in that first round. A very exciting time in our football program, and over 320 or 315 schools are going to participate in that football tournament, and everybody's on the edge of their seat to figure out who they're going to play in that first round.
We, the obviously have done it for a while, as has Paul. But I have to tell you that the social media aspect of teams gathering, sending pictures, videos of their viewing parties really is fun. And you can feel the electricity, as if there isn't already some, about the pairings. Just the way that teams react and what they're doing to get ready for that show has been kind of amazing to me.
You're absolutely.
Coming to you live here from Noblesville High School for regionals now of the United Flag Football here in the state of Indiana. unified flag football here in the state of Indiana. A big-time opportunity for two teams looking to advance to the semi-state and a chance to play first ever state championship game here in the IHSAA. Brenton Young alongside Connor Hoke. And Connor, a lot of excitement down there on the field. We have two teams that really have fought their way through. First, it's Noblesville. They had to play 3 games last Saturday, first taking down Blacksford, then getting past Marion, and then taking on a very tough Mississinawa team, able to advance after beating them. And then Fort Wayne Carroll, of course, coming in, taking down a difficult Northside team and then Central Noble, and now they're here to face a very strong Noblesville team. We look out on the field, a lot of players on both sides, a lot of big-time playmakers as well.
If you like offense, this is the game for you today. You've got Noblesville coming in averaging 57 points a game through their 3 games in sectionals, and then Carroll 37 points a game. Only played 2 games, but still, these are two teams that want to try to get up and down the field, and they want to put a lot of points on the board.
And what a beautiful day to have this regional final game. Sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky, and it looks like we're going to be able to get the entire game in with beautiful, beautiful weather. We are going to send it down to the field here. Our field sideline reporter, Coach Keith Myers, is going to be able to give us a little bit more of an insight of today's game, a little bit of chat with each sideline, and a look into what goes into the unified flag football here on IndianaSRN.
Live from Noblesville High School, we have the coach from the Fort Wayne Carroll Ball Club. You had to play 2 games last week. You won your sectional down here in the regional. What do you think about the atmosphere?
Oh, it's great. It's a great field, great day. Kids are ready, so it should be a great game.
You watched our game on the web last week. You told me that you got to do some scouting. Did we do enough coverage for you today?
It was fantastic. We got to see the plays they run, how they play defense. So I think we definitely got an advantage out of it.
The other thing that you guys do, you guys wear a wristband, and one of your student is the offensive coordinator today. Explain that system for us.
So we have 4 partners, and they run different groups. So we have 4 different groups of plays, and each of the partners has a wristband with the plays on it. And we have a student, one of our partners that's hurt. He calls in the plays, and the kids on the field set everybody up. And so my assistant coach and I get to kind of sit back and watch the game and enjoy it.
And you said that you just let him do whatever he wants to do, and there's a little bit of direction there, but basically he calls the game.
Yep, he calls the game. If we see something that maybe needs to be changed that he doesn't see right away, we'll just kind of throw a hint at him. But he's in charge.
How important is this tournament for your community and then for these kids?
Oh, it means everything to these kids. This is all they're talking about for weeks. And they really believe that they can go to the state final. They have a lot of confidence, and they've been practicing hard, and so it's the community's gotten behind them. There's all kinds of tweets going out, and social media's lit up with it, and so it's been great. It's been great for the kids, not only the athletes but for the partners too.
And for you guys got to love it too.
Yeah, we do. It's the best job. I mean, it's the best job in the whole district.
Guys, back up to the booth. We'll have the Noblesville Miller coach here in just a second, so we'll take it right back up to the booth.
Awesome to hear the excitement down there on the field. Both sidelines obviously have a lot to play in tonight's game. It's going to be one of the situations where these two teams both have title aspirations. These two teams want to take home a blue ribbon and a state title. And when you have that amount of confidence, that amount of want behind it, that's going to line up for a fantastic game. And Connor, what great words coming from Coach Bodenstein, able to kind of say, you know what, I put it in the hands of the students. And I know Coach Myers is down there ready to talk to Coach Johnson of Noblesville. So we'll send it back down to Coach real quick.
Coach Matt, you did all the chest bumping. You guys are all ready to go. Everybody's chest bumping each other today.
We're excited. We're ready to go today. Kids are excited.
You won a sectional last week. You had to play 2 games. Atmosphere was tremendous last week. You can feel this is real important, and some nerves in the sidelines today.
Yeah, they were a little nervous, but they're excited to play. So, I mean, once they get out there, it's going to all go away. They're ready to go.
You also watched this game on replay several times. Your kids must have watched it a ton this week.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Cade's play that he did along the sideline, taking the ball along the sideline there into the end zone was watched by one of our teachers 30-plus times. So, yeah.
4,500 times for the whole entire year.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So what are you doing offensively? Going to do the same thing, throw the ball up in the air?
Yeah, we're going to do a lot of the same things. We lost a couple kids today due to fall break. So we're going to probably implement just a few different things because we have different players and positions today. So
The strategy here is just to have fun, but you really want to get to the state finals.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our goal. The kids have been working hard, and that's what they want to get to. So, yeah.
And the Noblesville community is out supporting you a little bit today. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, we put up some flyers in the school today. Not today, but throughout the week, and hopefully we get some fans out here today. So.
And you got a statewide audience, which is a lot of fun too. So everybody gets to see it. And next week, hopefully, you're at the state finals.
That's what we're hoping for. So I appreciate you guys coming out and doing this for us as well.
You bet. Back up to the booth.
We are getting ready to fire up today's game. Kind of just some, glances down on the field. What have you been able to take in from, we've seen Noblesville play, but more importantly, what have you been able to take in from this Chargers team from Fort Wayne Carroll?
Well, when we were talking to Coach Budenstein before the game, he circled a name on our rosters, number 25, Fu Lee, and he said Fu's going to get the ball a lot, get to know his name. So I'm expecting to see this Chargers team. They've got a lot of players on the roster. They're going to play 12 today, and I think that we'll see the ball get spread around a lot. It'll be interesting. Like you said, we saw Noblesville play last weekend. We know that Noblesville wants to try and stretch the field. They've got two great wide receiving threats in Blake Buckner and Miguel Mojica. It'll be curious to see how Carroll counteracts that defensively, but also then on offense. You heard Keith talk about the play calling, right, for Carroll. They've with the wristbands, and they're going to have about 16 offensive plays, they said, for today. So I think you're going to see a lot of different looks from the Chargers.
Back down to Coach for one more interview before today's game.
Lee Lonzo is with us. He's the director of the special Together, I guess, Champions Together. And Lee, what an atmosphere today.
This is awesome. It's been so much fun this year, and every step along the way of the tournament gets a little more exciting.
Have you seen both of these teams? You saw Fort Wayne last week, and you saw Noblesville on our rebroadcast. This could be a high-scoring game.
I believe it will be. They're both really talented teams, two of the best. They're wide open. They throw a lot of passes. I think we're going to see a lot of scoring.
Both teams use the students as like an assistant coach. You got to love that.
I do. As a matter of fact, this whole thing started with kids, and a lot of the schools are still using the kids to be the mentors, to be the coaches, and we love it.
What's it mean to have this broadcast and then next week the state finals down at the Colts complex?
It means a lot, and I want to thank you for doing that, because I would tell you, I was up at Carroll last week, and as soon as the game was over, I turned on your game and got to watch it. And it's going to be a great way to promote the sport for people who don't know what it's about. And a lot of people think it's just it's not real football, and it's real football, and they're out there having a good time, but they're playing football. So thanks for doing that.
The best thing I loved about last week was the little girl in the wheelchair scoring a touchdown and her smile on her face. That's what we want.
Yeah, well, we want to be inclusive. We want everybody to have a part. We've got other sports that she could participate in, bocce and bowling, but that was a great moment, and I'm sure warmed a lot of people's hearts.
Lee's going to be with us all day, fellas. Back up to you. We're ready for a good game.
Back live up here in the booth. Just fantastic interviews. Everyone is ready for the game. We're going to step aside for one quick time. When we come back, we're going to have the beginning of the game, the first half, 20 minutes, excitement flowing. Keep it here on IndianaSRN.
Atlas Excavating. When you have public, commercial, or private utility work that needs to be done quickly and with an eye of quality, look no further than Atlas Excavating. We have the most highly trained, industrial certified master excavators with years of experience working both with public and private clients. Give Atlas Excavating a call at 765-429-4800.
Back live here at Noblesville High School as we get ready for today's game between the Noblesville Millers and the Carroll Chargers. The opportunity to move on to the semi-state next week. And just a quick look at both lineups as we go up and down the roster. For Carroll, Brad, I keep on wanting to say Brady Hoke because you look like him and you're a great coach. But Connor, go ahead and take it away. Tell us all of the Carroll Chargers players that will be out on the field today.
Oh, you've got me speechless over here with the Brady Hoke comparison. Taking a look at the starting lineup looking at the lineup for the Chargers, we're going to see Minnie Morrow, Seth Lubinshausen, Elliot Ford, Bryce Ginder, Aiden Joseph Bain, Kevin Dietrich, Brent Ambergy, Fu Lee, who we talked about earlier, Andrew James Macon, and then Griffith Ford. So we talked about it's a large roster for the Chargers. They've got 12 that are going to play today, but you can see we've got, and you take a look at Noblesville here. So we've got Carroll in the white with the blue shorts, and we got Noblesville in the black. And for the Millers, you've got Cade Heller, Christopher Scheib, Kenneth Morataya, who's the pass rushing specialist, Miguel Mojica, who we talked about, one of the deep threats for this Millers team, Maxwell Kane, Blake Buckner, Bryson Chapman, Jacob Bornman, Zachary Unger, Emily Trombley, and Cameron Lemming. Lemming, the defensive specialist, had a couple interceptions last week during sectionals. So this is a Millers team that, Coach Johnson talked about it. They've offensively, Blake Buckner and Miguel Mojica are two legitimate outside threats that can stretch the field, and we saw them do that consistently last week.
One of the main things I like to see is the eye black out there. We're going to step aside real quick as we have the national anthem. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the game and dive into the opening plays. We are all done with the pregame. We are ready for the first couple of plays. Remember, 4 plays to make it to midfield, and then 4 more plays to get into the end zone from there. There is some no rush zones. We'll tell you a little bit more about those, and of course some other finer details, but it looks like it's going to be Carroll on offense first. We'll have the opportunity to see what they can bring as far as firepower. We see Morataya out there for Noblesville, kind of the defensive specialist, the rusher, Cam Lemming as well, and Connor, we're ready to get it going.
Yeah, this is going to be a great time. I fully expect this to be a shootout. I think we're going to have 2 great offenses that are going to open it up and try to march right down the field on each other.
Looks like the signal caller and the cannon of an arm is going to be Andrew James Macon first. Takes the snap and a quick handoff again to the center. That is a little razzle-dazzle on the first play and able to pick up good yardage. And looks like the very first play we see Fu Lee.
Yeah, like they said, Fu Lee's going to be a guy who's going to get the ball a lot on offense, and a quick hitter with that just handoff, just an inside give, and a good first down yardage.
Quick change at quarterback. Aiden Joseph Bain is back there now. Has a man in motion. We'll see a little razzle-dazzle again. It's an end around, a little bit of a reverse, and very near that first down marker. Looks like he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Does get the flag rolled off. It ended up being back in the hands of Andrew James Macon. So a little razzle-dazzle, a little reverse, and we'll see if they continue to go with this play.
Right away, we're seeing a lot of motion and a couple different looks offensively from Carroll, like we talked about. The coaching staff told us there are 16 plays in the play sheet for today, and I fully expect them to use them all.
And look at this lineup. It's the first time that we've really seen this. It's got trips on one side, and the quarterback in the backfield now is going to be Kevin Dietrich. Dietrich will take the snap. He's looking towards the trips, and it's going to be all flowing this way. And almost getting him was Morataya, and a tip ball pass was intended in the end zone for James Michael Macon, and a great defensive play by the Millers.
Yeah, Jacob Boardman able to get back there last second and get a hand up on that ball. And like you talked about, unbalanced formation, trips to the left-hand side, and and then moving everything back or right. And you can see that the play calling for Carroll, they're trying to mix it up.
Quarterback back in the backfield is going to be, looks like it's Brent Ambergy.
And it's fourth down as
Fourth
well.
down, big play. Got to pick up a couple of yards. We'll see what Ambergy does. Pass is going to be high, looking towards the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Andrew James Macon. Defense on the play was Miguel Mojica, so a turnover on downs. But you saw a couple of things there by Carroll that makes you think they've got something in them offensively coming up in the later parts of the game.
And right away on that fourth down play, it's nobody other than Kenny Morataya in there with some pressure to force that throw. Of course, turnover and downs, all possessions start at the 5-yard line. It's a 60-yard field like we talked about, first down at midfield. The only reason that you don't start at the 5-yard line is if there's an interception on the play. So now we're going to see the Millers offense for the first time.
And we have the offensive specialist center, multiple hats worn by Cade Heller as he snaps it back to Shive. Shive rolling around right side. A big-time blitz put on in Heller with the reception, and he's going to be out of bounds right near that first down line, about a yard short. And you see Cade Heller's playmaking ability right away, as well as quarterback Christopher Shive.
Yeah, Cade Heller is a 5-tool player. He's going to snap the ball. You were going to see him on defense. He'll catch it. He'll get a couple carries out of the backfield as well. There's really nothing that he can't do.
Out there on the field, we also have Emily Trombley, as well as a big-time wide receiver, Blake Buckner, Randy Moss-esque on the left side, and then Mojica on the right side. A lot of playmakers out there for quarterback Chris Shive. Shive now looking for the pass. Mojica going left. Looks like he was looking for him for a second. Has to let go of it into the end zone. Mojica comes up with it. What a catch. Unbelievable reception by Miguel Mojica. Wow.
We told you, Blake Buckner and Miguel Mojica are legitimate playmakers out on the perimeter for this Millers team. And right there, a great throw by Shive, but that's just Mojica going out and going and getting the ball.
Unbelievable pressure put on the quarterback, Shive, rolling to the right side and just heaved that one up there. And a huge reception. Reminds me of a Brady to Josh Gordon type play we saw on Thursday night. Sorry if you're Colts fans out there, but it was very reminiscent of that. Here comes the 2-point try. Remember, from the 10-yard line, you go for 2. And Mojica, the end around. See if he can find the corner, and he won't. Coming up about 3 yards short. Great job defensively. Bryce Ginder coming through, and a fantastic play, saving 2 more points.
And that's a play that we saw run a lot in sectionals by Noblesville. They fake the inside give going one way, bring Mojica back across the formation on a jet sweep the other. So able to get on the board. Now we'll see what Carroll's able to respond with.
Carroll back offensively in at quarterback. Aiden Joseph Bain. We saw 3 different quarterbacks on that first set of downs. It's first down. Remember, a couple tries to get there, and this time a fake end around and good yardage picked up by number 22, Kevin Dietrich. We saw him line up at quarterback as well. So a decent gain on the play. Looks like they're about 7-8 yards short of that first down line.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of motion in the backfield as we're going to take a second look at it.
I believe this is going to be that touchdown pass. As you can see, Shive has a lot of pressure coming at him. It's late pressure coming, and he has to roll to the right side, looking at Mojica the whole time, and he just throws it out there, leading Mojica perfectly in an unbelievable catch amidst the pressure and the contact for the touchdown score. Great pass, great catch, and now it's going to be second down. High pressure being put on, getting out of it, and finding the completion, tipped around and bobbled. Thought it was going to be hauled in by Griffin Ford, but that one falls incomplete. It's going to be a big third down here, but still, we talk about that touchdown pass. That is a great connection between Shive and Mojica, something that you might be able to talk about as the greatest 1-2 punches in the state tournament.
Yeah, I think that Buckner and Mojica, for my money, are 2 of the best offensive weapons in the tournament. When you have 2 big-time receivers out on the perimeter, that's allowing Noblesville to do some things offensively.
Snapping a quick handoff so he can run the football, and this one is almost picked off. A great job coming up from his defensive back is Zachary Unger, but it's going to fall incomplete. So now fourth down. They need 8 yards here, Connor.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what they dial up. They have not been able to get the ball in the hands of Fu Lee really outside of that first play on that first possession. and it does not look like Lee's on the field this time, so we'll see who they go to.
Lee even picked up good yardage on that play as well, so they are outside of that no rush zone, so they can run the football if they want. See what the decision is here. Snap is into the quarterback, Kevin Dietrich's hands. Avoids the pressure of Morataya. Morataya is still holding on. Look at that pressure put on. It is hard to find anyone down the field with that kind of pressure. He heaves it towards the end zone. It's going to fall incomplete, and you can look completely at the giant rush from Kenneth Morataya the entire time, really boggling the quarterback, Kevin Dietrich, into just heaving that one into the end zone.
Yeah, ended up tripping and falling down, gets right back up and is applying the pressure. Morataya, a lot like the Energizer Bunny. He's just going to keep going and going and going.
And remember, you cannot run the football if you're lined up at the quarterback position with the rush. You're going to have to give it up. You could, to avoid that, a quick handoff or a quick pitch in the backfield, so it's a de facto running back quarterback. But it looks like a quick timeout is taken by Noblesville. Looks like they're going to have a little bit of a discussion. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here. And Connor, you've already seen a little bit of what this Noblesville offense can bring you. What do you see out of Carroll here early offensively?
Well, I think that they've done a nice job of trying to mix it up and not allow Noblesville to be able to say when player X is on the field, we know that the ball's going to him or her. They're doing a good job of mixing up the touches, giving Noblesville a couple different looks formation-wise. You know, if they're able to connect on a couple plays, they're going to be all right.
Here it comes, taking the hat off of Cade Heller. I'm not sure you can wear a hat out there, so Heller quickly gets that one removed, and he's going to be under center, ready to snap. Gets it back to Mojica. Oh, no, that was taken to Breslin. The handoff right side. Mojica, space to shimmy right near that first down line. And it looks like it was actually snapped back to Emily Trombley. And Trombley handed off, so Mojica could either throw or run. He decides to take off and picks up great yardage.
Yeah, great play call. Move everybody to the high side of your screen and just a handoff where there's a lot of green space for a burner like Mojica to run.
And they're going to give him the first down on that play as well, Connor. So, you know, you saw it there. It was a good pickup, and Mojica just some speed as well. And that's what you can get when you have a quarterback in Emily Trombley. You can just turn and hand the ball off, gives you the ability to throw or pass. Now Shive in the shotgun. And you see the first completion to one of the biggest playmakers in the entire state, and that's a good catch and a good pickup by Buckner.
I'm not sure that there's a better player in the state when there's a jump ball situation than Blake Buckner. He is able to get up off the ground and high point the ball in a way that is extremely impressive, and it's extremely effective as you get into the red zone and you get to that no rush zone where you can't run the ball. When you're just able to throw it up and let him go get it, that's a huge advantage.
And the main thing with Buckner, he is not afraid of contact either. Little bit of an end around. Buckner bobbles it, but comes up with it. We talked about the playmaker as he stampers into the end zone unbelievably easily, and it's going to be another touchdown.
Great concentration to hold on to that ball as it was bobbling around, and as soon as he secured it, got to the edge, and you saw the afterburners on just like that.
Wow. Buckner, fantastic movement, great play. Looks like they are discussing whether for one or two they're going to go for two. This could be a quick 14-0 hole, and we're about midway through the first half.
Now we're going to see Mojica at quarterback. Mojica has a big arm.
He does. Lefty slinger fires the missile towards Shive, a little bit out of his reach. So they fail on two-point conversions, but still a 12-0 lead. That ticking clock all the way down to 10 minutes and 20 seconds. So interested to see which team's going to try and get that little momentum. I feel like Carroll, many successes when they keep him out of the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, once again, nice job by Bryce Ginder in coverage on Shive. A couple really nice plays defensively. Now it's up to Carroll. Can they get the offense going? Because this is what Noblesville is so effective at. They'll get one or two stops, and all of a sudden it goes from a one-score game to a 4-score game.
High snap. Looks like it's going to be a delayed handoff, and they will give it to him. Looking to cut back. He's taken down. A good little carry by Bryce Ginder, who just had that defensive play. So it just delayed handoff. They were able to get some good yardage.
Yeah, doing a nice job of making the play.
We're going to send it down to the coach, Keith Myers. He's got something for us down there. Take it away, Coach.
Go, Coach. Bring it back
as we get ready for second down, a handoff and a quick run. It's actually a play-action pass. No one there, and that one's intercepted. Big-time interception by Zachary Unger, and a flip of the field again.
Yeah, it looked like perhaps just a miscommunication between the quarterback and receiver. Like you said, nobody home on that throw. And a flip of the field with the turnover. Now we'll see if Noblesville can continue to extend on their lead.
You know, it just seems like Noblesville defensively has an extra man or two out there. They are all over the place on the quarterback as well, back in coverage. So it's first down and Shibe. Little end around Mojica going deep for Buckner. One of the jump ball situations. And Buckner just doing a great job making sure the greatest playmaker, Fu Lee, didn't get his hand on that. As we take a quick look at the replay of the last touchdown. And Connor, take it away. What did we see on this one?
Well, this is a situation, a little trickeration, a double reverse. You can see the concentration to hold on to the ball. And then it's just Buckner with the speed down the sideline. And that's the advantage that Noblesville has against a lot of teams in this tournament. Not only do they have two great playmakers in Mojica and Buckner, but there's a lot of speed and talent across this roster.
And we see another speed and talent. Unger was the player who just came up with that interception. This time he picks up a huge gain, bringing up a third down and 4. So just continuing to have positive gains on offense is all you can ask for out of this big-time offense of Noblesville.
And this may be shot territory now for the Millers. We've seen them right around midfield. They feel very comfortable trying to throw it either to Mojica or Buckner, and sometimes you'll even see the dump off to Cade Heller.
Brilliant play calling so far. As Buckner is the man in motion. Cade Heller out there on the right side as well. We'll see what Mojica looks for. Big pressure put on it. Shibe kind of was hidden on the play. The center snaps it and goes out for the pass, but did not haul that one in. So fourth down and 4 and a big-time play call.
We've seen, it's the second or third time we've seen Noblesville. They go with an unbalanced formation, and then it's either a run or a pass to the other side of the field trying to get that one-on-one matchup. And Mojica just missed a little to the left-hand side.
We'll see what they call up here on fourth down. They could run. This is in the no-run zone, so they cannot run the football. They have to throw it here, as it's going to be Shibe. Finding his trusty receiver, Mojica, on the right side. Just perfectly set up. Just 1 yard past the yard to gain, and he was able to pick up the first.
Yeah, great job by Mojica. Just knew where the sticks were at, what the line to gain was, and just turned around, sat down, and waited for his quarterback to find it.
That's 4 fresh set of downs. At 6:20 remaining here in the first half. It's been all Noblesville Millers early. We'll see what Shibe does here. I get deep in Mojica, the only man back in the end zone, and almost 2 open on that pass. It was similar to the play previously that he scored the touchdown on, but just drops it this time. As you could see, he was wide open.
Yeah, post route for Mojica, and I think he's, like you said, just a little too open and right off the fingertips. Uncharacteristic. We're used to seeing Mojica have pretty sure hands.
So, big time, second down now. And it's going to be a handoff. Unger, who had the interception and a big carry previously on the drive, is able to get good yardage, settling them right at about the 12-yard line. So, 2 more plays to try and get it in from the 12 into the end zone.
I think that this is Blake Buckner territory.
Yes.
Right now. You can see the ball get put up into the air and just see if they can get Buckner matched up with, it looks like it's Fu Lee, who is giving up quite a bit of size out there on the perimeter.
Yep, just straight height. Might be as athletic, but a height advantage is big. Shibe looking over there, and he's going to fire it instead at Mojica. That's a little bit too far outside, so now a huge fourth down. And Fort Wayne Carroll has been great so far defensively on this drive.
Yeah, they're doing a great job in coverage, not allowing the ball to get thrown over the top, which is what we've seen Noblesville time and time again strike with in this tournament. And I think some of it, though, you have to factor in the wind, a little bit of breeze blowing across the field. That's going to play into both teams.
Here comes the big fourth down play. Snap, and then around, option play, and now the reverse is cut down. Nowhere to go, and Buckner's actually taken down for a loss. So a turnover on downs, and now with about 4 minutes, 20 seconds left, we'll see if Carroll can muster up one quick drive.
And Fooley read that like a book. He was right there for the double reverse to bring down Buckner.
So 4 minutes and about 10 seconds. We'll see what time it is when they get this snap off at the 5-yard line. On the turnover on downs, they do. Everyone has, not everyone, but a lot of them have the armbands calling out the play call. It looks like the new quarterback in the backfield is going to be number 20, Bryce Ginder. No, it's actually going to be number 38, Andrew James Macon, who fakes the handoff and is sacked. The first time that we can say it, it is big-time defensive specialist Kenneth Morataya with the huge sack.
And we know Morataya is coming off the edge every single time, bringing pressure. Macon was forced to double pump on that play action, and that was all the time that Morataya needed to get the sack.
Kenneth Morataya is a menace on that defensive front. His first sack of tonight's game, but he's had numerous QB hurries. See what he can do here. Another important down, though, is it's second down and turn. Handing it off. Running off the left side. Trying to take off the flag, and they will. A good job by Unger. Being held up by Buckner at first, so a decent gain. That clock is ticking, though. They've got 2 more plays to try and get about, looks like 18 more yards.
Yeah, it was a good play call to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Like you said, 2 more plays to try and make the line to gain, but now they can open up the playbook a little bit more. You're seeing that unbalanced look once again. A lot of space to the high side of your screen.
And with James Macon in the backfield, it gives the opportunity to either turn and hand that football off to Ginder or hold on to it looking for the pass play. This time he hands off to Ginder again.
Substitutions for both teams is with 4th down and about 3.5 yards to the line to gain, but I would imagine we'll see the ball go through the air this time.
Calling out the play. Remember, as we said, they get the play from the sideline. They go from there. About 16 different plays. They've practiced 30. We'll see which 16 they just drew up. Trips near us. Taking the snap, looking around. Big fire and big time pass deflection by Cameron Lemming. Lemming is, of course, that 1-2 punch, the number 2 of that 1-2 with Kenneth Morataya as the defensive specialist.
When you look up the term ball hawk in the dictionary, Cameron Lemming, his photo is right next to the word. Lemming is all over the field defensively, always seems to have just a nose for the ball.
Here it comes. Chance, though, with about 1:20 remaining, can try and get something going forward for Noblesville. Shive looking for all of it on first down. He's got a man deep, but not able to come up with it. Mojica as well as Buckner were both in the same spot, looking to haul that one in. Falls incomplete, but we're now at 1 minute. Clock will stop like it normally does.
Yeah, and you see the arm strength of Shive throwing into the wind. That's a tough throw to make, and had 2 guys in the vicinity, just couldn't connect with them.
Big second down here. We'll see if they go with another deep shot or just try and move it forward, pick up that first down. Remember, once you hit 1 minute, it goes back to a normal situation, normal clock stoppages, and Mojica changing the sidelines, and a brilliant tackle, though, coming up and coming through with that one was Brent Ambergy. Shifty play.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle because you saw Mojica cut it back across the grain, and if he's able to evade Ambergy there on the tackle, he's in the end zone.
He did stay in bounds, so that means the clock continues to run. We're at about 35 seconds. Now he's looking around. High heave. This time it's undershot and intercepted. So it's a big-time stoppage of play with the interception. And now 30 seconds, we'll see what Carroll can do with it.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've seen Shive just a little short on that deep route. Good job in the back end by the Chargers to come away with that. Now it'll be interesting. 30 seconds left. Got to go the length of the field. What do they draw up?
Looks like they're going to go with that same quarterback duo of James Macon as well as the deep man Bryce Ginder. Oh no, actually it's going to be Macon snapping it. Back there is Ginder as well as, oh, it's going to be one of those delayed handoffs again. And look who's right there. Mortaya all over it. Passes over the middle. It's completed, but inside of the sidelines. The clock is continuing to move. We're at 15 seconds left.
Now, my eyes may have deceived me, but we may have just seen our first RPO of the tournament, as that looked like that was the option to either hand it off to Ginder or for Dietrich to pull it out and try to throw the ball.
This time another throw back, and right there for the tackle. A brilliant tackle to save it from developing into even more. And that's going to be the final play of the first half. A quick look back up at the scoreboard. 12-0. Noblesville with a small, sizable lead. We'll see if they can continue that success in the second half. Halftime show. The coach down on the sideline has a couple of people he's going to talk to during that, but we are going to go ahead and step aside when we come back. Plenty more coverage here at the United Flag Football on IndianaSRN.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And Ginder from Fort Wayne Carroll, team's down by 12, but boy, you guys are playing very well.
Yeah, it's been a fun day already. Noblesville obviously has got a really good team, and we were down last week at halftime, so we'll see what we got the second half.
Talk about the community. You said before we talked before the game, the community has been really supportive of this. Do you think this thing can grow and blow up to maybe 56 teams next year?
I do. I think with the success that we've had in year one, I think that 25 teams can be double that easily. At least in Northeast Indiana, there's a lot of excitement and joy that's coming from this, and schools are jumping on board, and that's a good thing.
Tippecanoe Valley has already advanced, so they definitely are in the semifinals, and it's a lot of fun. Just a great time. You guys played 4 or 5 games this year. What's the output in the community, and what's the output at the school?
We've got great support from our families that are directly involved. We've got great support of our student body. We got a lot of people, I think, logged on at home today watching. People have texted me and called me for the link, and there's just a lot of joy that goes along with watching, and there's a lot of interest.
And, you know, he watched this in his office, guys, too, last week, so he won't tell you that, but he scouted a little bit.
No, but I know our coaches and kids did a little bit, so that was sort of fun.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Thank you. We'll be back on the field in just a couple seconds.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Trouble sleeping? Feeling anxious? Easily distracted? Or just looking to perform at the top of your game? NeuroGroove can help. NeuroGroove uses advanced neurotechnology that offers training to the brain, enabling it to function at its best. Training is absolutely effortless. You can relax, close your eyes, and even zone out if you want. To set up an appointment or to learn how NeuroGroove can help, call 317-897-9990. Ask about our 20-session guarantee. Have you trained your brain today?
Well, you're not covering the Colts, but you are covering football today.
I am, and I like this better. I get to cover the Colts and the Pacers and IU and Purdue and all that. This is the best thing I've seen. This is the best thing I've seen.
Isn't it a lot of fun, just the atmosphere and just the kids just having a good time? They don't care if they drop the ball or not. They just want to play.
Well, there's an absolute purity to this, and especially with the athletes, they've spent most of their lives kind of apart from the mainstream, and this brings them and makes them feel part of the mainstream, and they are, and they're good athletes. There's a reason why they're called athletes. They can really play, and it's so important for them to be a part of the school and to wear that Letterman's jacket and feel pride.
You're doing a future story. When will that be airing, and based on Noblesville, or are you doing the whole entire Special Olympic?
It'll be a little bit the whole thing, but primarily focused on Noblesville.
I'm going to sit down Monday morning and write it, and I know that Taylor Tannenbaum from Channel 13 is doing a TV piece on it that should air on Tuesday.
Bob is going to be around, and you can catch him all over the place. Bob, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, sir.
Back up to you guys.
Bob Kravitz there. Fantastic interview, getting coverage out there on the field. So it's all over the place. State of Indiana is being lit up. It's being magical. It's being one of those situations where everyone's going to start to be involved with the awesome thing that is the United Flag Football here on IndianaSRN and with the IHSAA. Opportunity for one of these two teams to advance to try and take home the state championship. What did you see in that first half leading into the second half for both sides that they need to either correct or embellish or add on to in order to have success and move on to the semi-state?
Well, for Carroll, I think on offense they just have to continue to try and move the ball against what's been a really stout Noblesville defense. I'd like to see them maybe try to air it out down the field a little bit more than they did in the first half. They really were ground-based, and there's just too much speed and athleticism on this Miller's team to be able to effectively run the ball against them. Now, for Noblesville on offense, I think you're just going to continue to see them try to air the ball out. Now they're going to be going with the wind. That's going to make it easier for Scheib to throw the ball over the top. Mojica and Buckner have been factors in the offense, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cade Heller start to get a few more touches in the second half as well.
Very important to keep Noblesville out of the end zone here if you are the Fort Wayne Carroll Chargers. We'll see what happens. Scheib in the shotgun again. Double pressure being put on, avoids it, and is just going to hand it off. And this time, the first carry we've seen of the day by Emily Trombley, and she's going to pick up good yardage, but the crowd erupts as Andrew James Macon comes up with a big tackle.
An emphatic tackle from Macon. And very rare that we see the double blitz.
Yes.
And that time, Carroll deciding to bring extra pressure, attempting to force Scheib into a mistake, and a nice job by Scheib to evade and find Trombley open to at least get some positive yardage.
Trombley, good yardage, as you mentioned. Now it's going to be a big snap here from Cade Heller. New back in the backfield is Cam Lemming. Looking to throw the football. Instead, it's a handoff to Lemming. A great set play. Lemming picks up the first and even more all the way near the end zone. It looks like he'll be taken down at about the 4. So Lemming comes up offensively this time.
Yeah, just a delayed handoff, waiting for the blitz to come from Carroll, and Lemming going the other direction. And the balance to keep his footing, it looks like he was going to tumble over about 5 yards short of where he was brought down, and then the balance and the grace to tiptoe down the sideline to set up the Millers with a first and goal.
So now they're going to come out with a formation. Remember, this is inside of the no-rush zone. They cannot run the football here. And it's going to be Mojica in the backfield. Mojica looking to throw the football. Pressure is put on. He gets rid of it over the middle, tipped around and intercepted. A huge play by Carroll. They're able to pick that one off. It would have been another chance for a touchdown. Instead, incomplete.
Yeah, Scheib just throwing that into traffic, hoping that his guys could come up with it. But great job by Carroll to get that ball up. You know the drill, tip drill. Usually something doesn't happen for the offense that's good when the ball goes up in the air like that. And a big stop to open this second half by the Chargers. And we'll see now what they can do offensively.
That's just what the doctor ordered. Now, this is a very stout defense by Noblesville. We'll see what they come up with here as far as play-wise. And the shotgun. Snap's going to be taken by Andrew James Macon. And another quick handoff to Fooley. And this is a very similar play to the very first play we saw. And Cam Lemming is all over it.
Like we said, we expect Fooley to get a few more touches than he has. Of course, trying to spread the ball out. That's really been Carroll's calling card. But they need to try and put a score on the board to apply some pressure.
See what they can decide to do. It looks like Mojica is out for this defensive series. Out on the field, though, plenty of playmakers, including right there in the middle, Big Morataya. Fantastic specialist.
Lemming's got his hand on Morataya's shoulder. Morataya wants to go.
Release the beast, and how the beast is unleashed, and it is in the form of Blake Buckner, tackle for a loss.
That was a great job by Buckner. We've sung Buckner's praises on offense, but defensively also his length and his ability to move across the field with ease makes him a terrifying presence on defense, because he can stop a lot of plays before they get going just because he's able to close the gap so quickly.
Something kind of like a hockey line shift change. A new, fresh set of players on the field for this Carroll Chargers team. And facilitating everyone is Minnie Morrow. She's going to be in there at quarterback. Morrow with the snap and a quick handoff. We see the speed around the edge, picking up good yardage and not even being taken down until he gets right about 5 yards away from that first down. And a great carry, as you can see around the edge by James Macon.
And Macon tiptoeing down the sideline, setting up his team with a 4th and manageable. They do need to get about 4 or 5 more yards in order to get the new set of first down.
So, opportunity here with 4th down. They are, it looks like they're just outside of that no rush zone. That's very important.
Yeah, that keeps the playbook open because now they can continue, and they've had some success running the ball.
Only need 5-6 yards. They aren't going to go with a rush. Instead, it's intercepted. Cam Lemming, wow. What a defensive presence out there. Mortaya with the pressure, forcing the quick throw. Lemming reading it the entire time. It's almost as if they're a 1-2 punch. It truly is.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Mortaya 7 yards deep because that's as far back as you have to be in order to rush, and then it's just a press man coverage from the Millers, and Lemming was all over it.
Now, because of the area of the interception, that's where they will retain possession. It'll be first down. New quarterback will just be a quick handoff. So now Mojica can run or throw, and he goes with the throw. And how about that catch? Wow. Big time haul in, using the hands to pull that one up before it hit the turf.
And that's why coaches teach you to catch with your hands and not with your body. A nice job by Scheib to pluck that out of the turf.
Big time pluck.
And when you talked about that interception, the one thing that it does, not necessarily help Noblesville with is that was on their plus side of the 50, so they won't have the opportunity to get a fresh set of downs.
And now with some miscommunication as far as the snap, Heller snapped it while Buckner was going in motion, and it hits Buckner, so a loss of down, and that's a huge loss. Now it's 3rd down. See what the play call is. Mojica can run it, but he's got to get all the way into the end zone. So he has the football, and he does tuck it. Sideline, and he's going to be short, about 5 yards short. So it's right there. Let's see what side they place it on at the 35. It'll be dependent on whether they can run or they can pass, and it's going to be on the good side.
Yeah, just barely. Nice play call. Scheib and Trombley running verticals down the sideline just to clear space out, and then Mojica tucking it and able to set up the Millers with a manageable 4th down.
It's funny that we say the good side, and it's further away from the end zone. It just leaves the option open to run the football, but Scheib is back at the quarterback position. More than likely will be a throw. Big-time quarterback Chris Scheib takes a snap. Pressure put on by 2 defenders. Scheib avoids it. Has to come back around on the far side, looking down the field. He's got a couple people in the end zone. No one really breaking open yet.
Great coverage by the Chargers. And Ginder able to knock that ball away, so it'll be a turnover on downs. Mojica broke free just for a fraction of a second, running across the back line of the end zone, but Scheib did not see him. And other than that, phenomenal coverage from the Chargers, able to force their 2nd turnover on downs in this half.
Another situation, maybe you want to see a jump ball to Buckner on that last time. Give him something to work with. But either way, great defense by Carroll, but they need to get the ball into the end zone. The clock is ticking at 12:50 remaining here in the contest, still 12-0, being the score. Handoff. If faking the reverse, space off the far side, and a good tackle by Scheib.
And great pursuit by the Millers defense. Every time that we see the jet sweep action, the motion in the backfield, whoever has the ball, you can always see there's 3 or 4 black shirts surrounding them. They do not get fooled easily. They've got great eye discipline.
We saw Dietrich a couple times out there. Having space to get shut down quickly by Noblesville, but a good carry either way. Bring up 2nd down and need about 8 to pick up the first.
And at some point, you'd have to imagine that Carroll has to try and stretch the defense and see if they can't test them through the air.
Now another end around. This time it is a reverse, and right there. I don't even need to mention it. It's the defensive monster, Cam Lemming.
Lemming just coming right down the line and was there just trying to figure out which one of the 2 Chargers was going to end up with the ball.
He might have been able to grab either one's flag. That close.
Great instincts.
It's a giant third down. They've gone with the run all of the previous 2 plays. They need to pick up good yardage to try and have a little bit less to pick up that first, and they're going to go with a fake around. This time they will throw it, and a good completion. Good yardage picked up there by Gavin Watkins. Watkins with the good haul in, and he's going to be picking up a good chunk. 4th down, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just a little button hook from Watkins, and he just sat down right in the zone, the empty space, and a good find to at least make this a 4th and short.
Big 4th down play here. Facilitating everyone, trying to get it up. Look at him. Andrew James Macon getting the crowd pumped. Looking right side, has his man taken down before he could get near that 1st down line. And again, Noblesville Miller's defense bends but does not break.
And Noblesville's doing a great job of keeping everything in front of them. They're just playing right at the line to gain. They're more than happy to allow Carroll just to throw 2 or 3 yard passes, and then they'll just make the plays. So now it will be Noblesville's ball with 10:20 left to play in the second half. Scheib and Trombley in the backfield. Mojica and Buckner out wide under center. That is Bourneman.
Yeah, good-looking offensive set. They do go back with the turnover on down, so Mojica goes in motion and a little offsides. Are we going to see a flag for the first time?
I think we might. I think there might have been some miscommunication.
Good use of the hard count. I'm not sure what the call is, though.
Looks like we are going to have offsides on the Chargers, so like you said. Offsetting.
Offsetting penalty.
Offsides and a false start, so we're going to stay where we're at.
Very unique call. I like it. 1st down still. This time a little bit of a whoopsie-do, and down there open was Buckner. Not enough air. There's only 1 defender covering 2 players deep. Scheib, a lot of pressure being put on him, though.
Yeah, Carroll continuing just to bring 2 or more down into Scheib's face, and like you said, he had Bourneman and Buckner both running into the same vicinity and overthrew Bourneman and left it just a tad shy for Buckner. The deep plays have been there at times. They just haven't been able to connect.
Oh, wow. Big-time defensive play. Mojica would have had a lot of green. Instead, coming through with big-time of vengeance was Bryce Ginder.
Yeah, I think Ginder gambling felt like he knew that was going to be a reverse and able to get the stop deep in the backfield.
You can see the intensity amping up here. Defense is really clenching. This is what you need to take home the championship is defense. Both these teams come in high-powered offenses, but it's the defense that are shining in a big 3rd down play here. Scheib, high. Buckner there. Too high, too long. Buckner had his man beat again.
And we've seen Buckner and Mojica get behind the secondary several times, but just have yet to connect with Scheib on that deep pass. And so that will bring up 4th down. You may see it again.
Yeah, Buckner usually hauls those in. That one is just a little bit too far out of his reach. See what the play call is here. Back again, Scheib looking for it again. Buckner again cannot locate the football. A little bit too high and outside, so it's a turnover on downs. Man, defense is strong.
Yeah, I mean, you and I both talked about, we thought this would be a shootout, and of course, 12 points between the 2 teams. And now it's for Carroll. Can they find a way to engineer a drive to get into the end zone?
You know, I think the first thing they need to focus on is just picking up that first down. They have struggled even getting it to the 20. They need to get it there, and then anything goes on that next 4 plays, but we'll see what happens. As a set, another one of those delayed handoffs. It opens up over the middle. Is Macon. Wow. Andrew James Macon, a huge haul in. He was one of those hidden players to center. Advancing. Big pickup.
And Macon, just that little, I guess, that delayed play action that we saw Macon just right up the middle of the field, open behind the defense, able to make the grab. And so 1st down and the best offensive drive that we've seen from the Chargers so far.
James Macon is a playmaker out there, man.
Wow. A lot of passion, a lot of energy coming from Macon. You can see the Carroll sideline fired up after that big play.
Another delayed handoff this time. Nowhere to go. Big pressure into the end zone. Whew. Wow. Griffin Ford almost hauled that one in.
Yeah, but of course it was number 11 in black back there patrolling like Ed Reed back in the day.
But still, a great pass either way by Bryce Getter, putting it in only one spot that either Ford's going to come up with it or it's going to be too high and complete, because we've seen Lemming come up with some big timely interceptions. Big second down.
Yeah, 2 wide receivers to the high side, 1 running back in the backfield.
Here we come. Left side. His flags were still on. He thought he got a flag pulled, but it's good. It's a good pickup. If he would have stayed in bounds, he could have gone into the end zone. And instead, he gets out of bounds, and it's now going to be third.
But this is a third, and I think that this might be in the no running zone, so we're going to see the pass.
I can't get the menu to come up on the
And this is where the length of the Millers becomes such an advantage in these short areas where the passing windows are just so much smaller.
About 5:40 remaining. We're going to have this play, and we're going to send it to Keith, as this is going to be a pass. Looking around, cannot run the football. Morataya with the pressure. Nowhere to go, Morataya. Oh, almost in the end zone. That pass was intended for Brent Ambergy. And Mr. Coach Myers has someone that he needs to talk to. We have a big 4th down play, though.
What do you think about the whole entire program, and how does this affect the school in a great positive way?
It's everything that high school and sports and sportsmanship and teamwork is supposed to be about.
You look at the growth of 25 teams this year, you think it will grow. Everybody thinks it's grow. A nice crowd on hand today.
Everyone's going to be doing this in a couple years. I think every school in Indiana is going to have a team like this.
It's kind of nice to be live on TV as well. The kids get a big throw. They get to watch it.
It's awesome. You can tell by the way the athletes and the partners are acting out here. This is a very big deal to them. It's a big deal to us.
We appreciate you being a host. Tony's done a great job all 3 weeks, and I'm looking forward to state finals. I'm sure you are too.
Yes, sir. Thanks for being here.
You bet. We'll be right back up to you guys.
Mr. Hollywood Myers down there, as he was able to see the fantastic defensive play by the defensive specialist, Morataya.
Yeah, Morataya swatting that ball down and was excited coming back to the sideline. Knows that's a huge play for his Millers, as they are now 4 minutes away from advancing to semi-state.
Wow. This could be a big time crunching drive by the Millers. You pick up a first down. You could see the clock dwindle all the way down to that 1 minute part. But we'll see. Mojica, big pressure put on. Lemming, a huge reception, and no one's going to touch him. All the way down the sideline, a great set play. They know they've been bringing 2 every single play. So you slip Lemming out of the backfield for the easy catch and the big run after the catch for the score.
And Mojica with a dart in there. Could have just laid it up over the top of the defense, but showing off the arm, rifling it in there, and a long touchdown. So now decision time for the Millers. It looks like they're going to go for 2.
Yep. Going for 2 puts them up 20. They're up 3 scores either way.
Mojica in the backfield.
With him as well is going to be Cade Heller. Heller gets the handoff. Heller with the hesitation. He's going to avoid the tackle and finally gets taken down after the good gain by Cade Heller. You see the shiftiness, the elusiveness. It's almost as if butter is on his flags. It's not, but he's a fantastic player. Quick replay of that touchdown, as we can see here. Out of the backfield, Lemming, a bit of a curl route. Look at the lead blocker, Cade Heller. Lemming, bingo, bango, bongo, touchdown score. The Millers looking very much like a state championship team.
Yeah, and we talked about their offense, but it's been their defense today that's been the most impressive. They've been able to just lock down an efficient and explosive Carroll offense all day today.
Back in the shotgun. Looking to heave this one over the middle. It has his man. Pitch and catch to beauty. Brent Ambergy with the right-handed rifle. great completion into the hands of Andrew James Macon.
Well, I think that might have been a broken play, but Ambergy just continuing to improvise and finding an open teammate. And another pass play connects from the middle of the field for the Chargers.
About a minute 40, all the way down to a minute 30 now in the ball game. Still 18-0 for the Millers. Another big pass play. Brent Ambergy over the middle again. And look who's there. The MVP of today's game, Cam Fleming. I'm going to say it already. Big time interception. That might be the proverbial ending.
Now with about a minute 15 left to play, we'll see what the Millers decide to do. Up 18-0, only about 65 seconds away from advancing to semi-state.
Taken down. Now 1 minute left. Clock is going to resume as normal. Imagine a run play here. Get that clock going. Trombley out there as well on the far side. And the handoff. Look at Morataya. Speed. All the way to the 35. They are right 5 more yards away from scoring. We didn't see the fireworks in much of the second half, but with 45 seconds left in the contest, we just saw a little glimpse of one there.
Yeah, Morataya showing you the wheels. You've seen it on the pass rush, but that time getting the ball in his hands. And once again, the Millers are knocking on the door, and they've got the all-purpose weapons in the backfield.
Heller, the quarterback now. He's got an arm. Fires it in there. Scored. Cade Heller touchdown pass is completed to Chris Shive, and that is going to be all she wrote. 26.3 seconds left in the contest. The score is now 24-0. We'll see what the decision is here after this play.
Cade Heller with some pressure in his face, dropping back, able to show the feathery touch to get the touchdown to seal the deal.
There, snap to Heller. Heller looking over the middle again. And a high fly ball. And it falls incomplete. But a great job getting that one in there for another score.
And tremendous effort in battling from both these squads today. Truly being honored for their effort, doing a phenomenal job of playing to the very last second. Every snap, we've seen a lot of passion from both these sidelines.
We have. Big first down here, 26.3 seconds. And now little end around. And coming back here, they're going to need another touchdown immediately. And a great pass. This one is almost intercepted by Buckner. You almost saw that playmaking ability that Buckner has. We're down to 16 seconds remaining. A couple more plays, and this is going to be the Noblesville Millers moving on to the semi-state and a chance to play in the state championship. Remember, they will be taking on the winner of Griffith and Tippecanoe Valley. Griffith won by way of forfeit by LaVille. Tippecanoe Valley had a couple of big wins last week. First took down Warsaw 36-12, then took down Wawasee 24-12. So a big-time playmaker in Tippecanoe Valley as well. Now hesitation in the backfield. Pressure by Morataya. Nowhere to go with it. Around is Aiden Joseph. Bain fires it, and that time almost picked off again by Buckner. 3.8 seconds left.
Buckner just using his length to knock down a couple passes. We've talked about the speed and the size in the back end of this Millers defense is tough to contend with.
Sorry, 3.8 seconds. In the shotgun again. One more opportunity for Kevin Dietrich. And he's going to hand it off around the right side. Hesitation, spin move. Taken down after a good gain. That was a handoff into the hands of Gavin Watkins. Watkins gains a couple, and that will be the final play in the contest. It's now 24-0. Gavin Watkins is going to put the exclamation point on a fantastic season for the Carroll Chargers of Fort Wayne. And now You see both players shaking hands. An unbelievable win, 24-0. Noblesville moves on to semi-state. The coach, Keith Myers, has something for us on the field. Take it away, Hollywood.
Final score 24-0 as the Noblesville Millers will go to the semifinals at the Colts Complex next week. We're looking for the coach as he's going to be joining us in just a second, and a job well done for both of these teams. Tippecanoe Valley also is going to the semifinals as we're waiting for Matt, and I'll just tell you right now he's elated, so is his team, as we got going right to him. And nice game, nice win.
Thank you very much. That was a tough one. Those kids were some good players, man. All around good players.
Kids played well. They came out. You had a couple players missing today. Will they be back for next week?
All but one. All but one. So, yeah, we're excited. We're ready to go.
Pretty awesome just to go to state finals for the first time for the first year.
Yeah, and that's what, pretty neat that Noblesville gets to be represented there. So, I'm really excited about that for our community.
All started with one student knocking on Mike Hash's door several years ago. Look at that.
Yeah, Mitch, and now look where we're at in unified sports, So I'm just super excited right now.
And I know you're going to be watching this when you get home. Congratulations. Job well done. We'll see you next week.
Very much. Thank you.
We'll go back up to you guys. Trophy presentation has already been made. The Noblesville Millers heading to the state finals. Good job up there tonight, guys.
Thank you very much, Coach and Connor. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Not much more we can say other than the Noblesville Millers continue their dominant play.
Yeah, we talked about it was the offense that shined in sectional play. Today it was the defense coming out stifling a very good Carroll team. Give the Chargers a ton of credit. They battled till the end. That's a team that I think we'll see next year make a lot of noise in the tournament once again.
As you can see on the screen, Cameron Lemming, number 11, a fantastic playmaker. He is today's one of the shining stars on this Noblesville team. Kate Heller as well, a fantastic guy. Look at Moritaya. This team is as complete as you can get. A wonderful squad, and I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to the table next week in semi-state, and in the winner of that game heading to the state championship.
Yeah, I think it'll be a tough matchup. Like Coach said, Tippecanoe Valley will be the team that the Millers will see, and if you can get to the Colts practice complex, I commend you. Be there. Come support these tremendous athletes and the players. This is a fun atmosphere. It's going to be a great competition. We're going to see two tremendous football games next weekend.
So for the final score, we are going to look back up at the scoreboard. 24-0. Noblesville Millers with a big-time victory over the Fort Wayne Carroll Chargers. For my broadcast partner, Brady Connor Hoke, I am Brent Young. Until next week, a fantastic congratulations to both teams, and Noblesville moving on to the semi-state.